You know, honey, in spite of everything that's going on in politics and culture and there's so much yuck, it seems, that just weighs down. At the end of the day, it's really a wonderful world. Hey, Savage Reaction Crew, I'm David.
I'm Angie.
I'm a little bit of everything.
I'm a whole lot of rock and roll. I was starting to be rock and roll.
Rock and
I'm Angie.
She's Angie, and also a whole lot of rock and roll. We're gonna go back in time today, and check out what, honey?
So tired.
Sleepy time.
That's how far back in time we're going. It was a long journey. To get
long
back there.
trip. We're gonna take a nap real quick. We'll be right back.
Louis Armstrong. What a wonderful world.
What a wonderful world. Thank you.
Why were you crooked when you did it?
What a wonderful world.
You had like a, we represent the lollipop cute, the lollipop cute.
Whenever I do my
Now you're Popeye.
whenever I do my little people impersonation or my Louis Armstrong impersonation, I have to go like this.
It was a munchkin.
Whatever. Little people, munchkins.
The little people, you need to cut that out now. You're going to have to edit that.
Why?
You just offended all the little people.
How could I have... They're littler people.
Please, you're making it worse.
I'm not editing it out. I love them. We live next door to
But
one.
you're not doing your impression of little people going like this.
But you're the one who said that.
Munchkins.
Forget it. Whatever.
Munchkins. They're different. It's like Oompa Loompas are different. It's not red people.
They just hit differently.
People. Oh my god.
Okay, so, I don't even know how we got on that.
Because
because of, what a wonderful world. Okay, so, Louis Armstrong. Love that guy. Multi-talented, great singer.
My grandma loved him. That was a song.
And your grandma loved him.
Like some of his music I listened to when I was very young.
Very cool. Well,
yep.
I'm sure everybody's heard this song before, but let's give it another listen because it
might have been
certainly
a while, and it needs to be right.
Certainly bears repeating, especially in times like now. So, we'll go ahead and fire that off right now as soon as I make a little scene change. All right, here we go. Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World.
I see trees of green.
Yeah.
I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Didn't he have a beautiful smile?
So much joy in his heart.
Right?
What has happened?
He just brings you happiness.
And I think it's important to note
He's just a beautiful man.
With everything that's going on in the world today and all the division that the media and the government tries to inflate.
Good people just aren't like that. They try to make it seem like so many people are like that, and we're not all like that. The majority of the human race doesn't want the division, and they just want to be happy and be friends and everybody get along.
Yep.
But the media makes it look like
everything's sensationalized and everything. There's always going to be bad people in the world. There's always going to be evil. There's always going to be sin. You can't get away from it. There's going to be people that hate people that look different than them. But that doesn't mean that it's systemic and that everything is broken and everybody should be on the lookout.
Because most people.
That's not how he feels right there.
No.
And this was in a time where he could have easily just been like, you know what? What a crap-filled world. But he didn't. He had joy in his heart, and he had hope for the future. And man,
he was just a beautiful man.
Let's keep listening.
Beautiful heart.
It just makes me happy.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends.
Oh, snap! I just had a revelation.
A smile on the faces of people walking by.
No.
Because those got covered up for over a year. So another thing to divide everyone is we couldn't see the smile on the faces of people walking by. And
Okay.
it isolated so many people.
I love your revelation. That's great. But it has nothing to do with mine.
Oh, I thought that was going to be yours.
Mine was, that was a bar. Before there were bars, that was a bar. He said, the beautiful colors in the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make any transition. He didn't say, and also there's a bunch of happy people walking around and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go back to it, but he basically says there's beautiful colors in the rainbow.
Yeah.
And also on the faces of people that pass by.
Yeah.
He's saying we're all a beautiful rainbow.
Yeah.
We're so many colors, different people, and we're all
The smile
special.
on the faces of people walking by.
We're all special. Everybody has a place and a purpose, and that was so good. Louis,
Oh, Louis.
loved it. Back it up here.
Also on the faces
Uh-oh.
the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do?
That's where I was going with that.
They're really saying, I love you.
I have to add in there. So I was driving around the neighborhood earlier
Yep.
and looking up and down the streets and everything because I was looking for something. And there was two women outside of the door of one of the houses hugging each other. That obviously somebody must have been going through something, or they hadn't seen each other in a long time. And I really had thought immediately, I'm like, 3 years ago, you weren't allowed to do that. And just losing all that human contact, like I was saying earlier. I thought he had said smile on the faces, but he said also on the faces. You caught that. But just, you couldn't see people's faces. So really the thought was still there.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't see people's faces. You couldn't have that interaction with them, which I thought was huge. I actually really missed seeing people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, shaking hands, saying, how do you do? And we weren't allowed to do that.
Yep.
And that really took away. And I found like having to work with people, not just work side by side, but working with people. I was in medical before. I'm in retail now. So I see a lot of people. And you'd get some people with no manners before, but it's gotten worse since then. And I think I have no doubt that is absolutely why
It broke people.
yeah.
People that were just on the verge of just not being generally nice people got even worse
Or not
because
caring. Yeah. Yeah.
let's get happy again.
But I think, it's building back up. Just like I said, to see these couple of women that were just hugging and the places that we go to on the weekends, and right away, like we've met some amazing people with these bands, in the bands and the people
that follow
associated with it. Yeah. Just some incredibly loving, caring, amazing people that welcomed us into their group right away and part of their family. And they always give hugs right away. There's one that messaged me every single night to say goodnight, a friend of mine. And, I know that this is a group of people that will never go back down that road. Some of them that didn't to begin with, but they certainly won't go back down that road, because you need to have, as much as I'm like, I don't love being touched and stuff like that, but it's different when it's people you're close to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I miss the being able to hug my friends.
Yep.
I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Oh, beautiful soul.
Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Louis. Oh, Louis. I just want the. I just want the. No,
That's not the right
I just want that to keep going. So good, Louis. So good.
Stop pushing the button.
I can't stop pushing the buttons. Oh man,
It was so good.
That
He's
was-
just classic, amazing, beautiful, and he's such a beautiful soul.
that was such a good choice. That made my night. I was, you know, it was a long day. I was kind of tired, but that just cheered me right up.
Yeah,
Good job, honey.
thanks.
Hey, did that cheer you guys up too? I sure hope it did. Because, man, we need a little bit of that. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's kind of one of those things. But
Who doesn't love him? He's amazing.
before you go, please make sure that you subscribe,
Like,
share,
ring the little bell.
and comment down below. Tell us what you thought about this. Really, seriously, I want to know. Did seeing his smiling face bring you the same amount of joy that it brought me and Angie? Because, I mean, boy, that just made my evening.
There you go. Don't forget to visit us over on our Facebook page, Savage Reactions.
That's right. And until next time, peace.
Rock on.